Have you ever wondered what a wolf thinks the moment it stops and looks at you? The answer might surprise you. Now imagine this. You are walking alone through a thick forest. There is no phone signal, no other people around. You only hear birds singing, leaves moving in the wind, and your own footsteps. Then suddenly, about 50 feet ahead, a wolf steps onto the trail. It stops. You stop too. Neither of you moves. And in that silent moment, one question comes into your mind. What does this wolf think I am? An easy meal or something it cannot fully understand? Most people think wild animals either fear humans or attack them whenever they get the chance, but the truth is much stranger. Some animals run away before they even see us. Some quietly watch us from only a few steps away. Some completely ignore us. And a few of the world's most dangerous predators can hunt humans if the conditions are right. So what do wild animals really think about us? Do they see us as weak, strong, or as a strange creature they still do not understand? The answer is not only about animals. It is a story about millions of years of evolution, survival, and one special ability that turned an ordinary ape-like species into the most powerful creature on Earth. So let's start from the beginning. Your body. If you compare yourself with most wild animals, humans do not look very impressive. A chimpanzee is much stronger than you for its size. A wolf can run much faster. A bear can overpower you with little effort, and a bloodhound can smell things thousands of times better than you can. If survival depended only on physical strength, humans would lose almost every contest. We are not the fastest. We are not the strongest. We do not have claws. We do not have sharp teeth. We do not have thick fur. We do not have venom. We do not have natural body armor. In nature, that sounds like a terrible survival plan. But here is the surprising part. Today, all of those animals live in a world controlled by humans. It seems like a strange contradiction. But evolution does not always reward the strongest animal. It rewards the one that survives. And the secret to survival is often something animals notice before we do: behavior. When a deer sees a wolf, it immediately knows danger is nearby. Thousands of generations have taught its brain to fear that shape. The same thing happens when a zebra sees a lion, or when a rabbit smells a fox. These predator and prey relationships were built over millions of years. But humans are different. Most wild animals did not evolve with humans as their natural predator. Instead, we became something much harder to understand. Sometimes we hunt, sometimes we walk away, sometimes we feed animals, sometimes we protect them. Think about it. How can an animal predict the behavior of a creature like that? It cannot. That is why many wild animals are careful around humans, not because we are always stronger, but because they never know what we will do next. Wildlife scientists have found that many mammals change their behavior as soon as they notice signs of humans. Some become quieter, some stop using certain paths, others become active only at night to avoid meeting people. Researchers call this the landscape of fear. Usually, this term describes places where prey animals avoid predators. But in many ecosystems, humans create an even stronger landscape of fear than lions, wolves, or bears. Think about that for a moment. A 6-ton elephant may change its route simply because it senses people nearby. A leopard, strong enough to carry its prey into a tree, often disappears long before a human ever sees it. Even powerful predators usually avoid direct contact with humans. Does that mean they think we are physically stronger? Not really. It simply means experience has taught them that humans bring unpredictable danger. Unlike other predators, we do not always attack right away. Sometimes danger comes from a loud sound far away, sometimes from a hidden trap on the ground, sometimes days after the first meeting. For an animal, it is almost impossible to predict an enemy like that. And nature rarely rewards taking unnecessary risks. But now the story becomes even more interesting. Not every animal fears humans. In fact, some animals are not afraid of us at all. And sometimes, that can be very dangerous. This may surprise you. After everything we have discussed, you might think every wild animal wants to stay as far away from humans as possible. But nature is never that simple. Some animals do not fear humans because they never had a reason to. Take the famous dodo bird. When sailors first arrived on the island of Mauritius in the 1600s, these flightless birds showed almost no fear of people. They did not run away. They did not hide. Sadly, that trust became their downfall. Within only a few decades, the dodo disappeared forever. On the other hand, some animals are fearless because they are extremely powerful. For example, the polar bear. When food is very scarce, a hungry polar bear may see a human as possible prey. Why? Because every chance to find food matters in the Arctic. Lions have also attacked humans in some situations, especially when they are injured or unable to catch their normal prey. But it is important to remember, these cases are very rare. The truth is that most predators avoid humans whenever possible, because every fight is risky. A broken tooth, a broken leg, or even a deep wound can mean death in the wild. These are exceptions, not the rule. For most animals, humans remain both the biggest mystery and the biggest danger. Scientists have even seen this in animal behavior. In a famous study at South Africa's Kruger National Park, researchers played recordings of lion roars, barking dogs, and normal human conversations near wild animals. The results were surprising. Elephants, giraffes, rhinos, leopards, and many other animals reacted much more strongly to human voices than to the sounds of their natural predators. Not because humans are physically stronger, but because we are different. We make tools, we work together, we control fire, we build traps, and we can completely change the environment around us. A lion can hunt one zebra, but humans can change an entire forest. So, do wild animals think humans are weak? Physically. Many of them could easily defeat us, but survival is not only about strength. In nature, humans are not the fastest. We are not the strongest. Our greatest strength is something much harder to understand. We never behave the same way twice, and maybe that is why every creature in the forest, whether hunter or prey, keeps a careful distance from us. So the next time you are walking through a forest or even a park, and an animal stops to look at you, remember, it may not be judging your strength. It may simply be trying to understand the greatest mystery it has ever seen. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more amazing facts about nature and history, subscribe to the channel. The next story might surprise you even more. Thanks for watching.